I have our leader on the line, and I am so fired up. I can't even tell
Hi.
you how fired up I am. So without further ado, we're just going to get busy. And it looks like you must be at International because I think that are you at International? Because that parking garage kind of looks familiar to me there.
I am.
Uh,
My home base is here in Austin now,
okay.
and I just shuttle back and forth to Dallas every now and again. But yes, this is home for me now, Ben.
Okay. All right. Well, you got it. So trust me, next time I'm there, I might not stay at your place, but I'm going to make sure that we grab coffee, lunch, or dinner.
Yes,
Right?
please.
Okay, that's a done deal. So without further ado, I want to start. I want to start because typically in what we call kind of the teaser, um, we'll have some bullet points about, maybe experience or some fun facts. I want you to start briefly because I think your resume is so impressive. So tell us where you were years ago and how it's led to even this opportunity, because I think it's important that folks understand the whole journey that's led to you being in this prestigious position that you're in.
Sure. So my world and my life has been in marketing from the beginning. And so I have had such an amazing journey in working for various companies in various industries, but always sitting inside the core competency of marketing. And what I realized now, kind of reflecting on this conversation, is the companies that I've worked for, one, have always been at a point of transition, transformation, or reinvention. And two, those specific companies, all amazing, have been looking for somebody that has a perspective from someone other than their own, meaning someone coming from, in my case here at Keller Williams, years and years and years of real estate experience. So I started my marketing life in fast food, marketing burgers, fries, soft drinks, movie premieres, kids' toys, when that was a thing. So that's going to date me a little bit, but I don't even know if that's still a thing. I don't have young kids, but um, kids, family, diverse marketing, and just like a engine of fast food back in the fast food heydays before people realized that fast food was not healthy for you. And then from there, I moved on to the airline business when the airline business was also at a crossroads post 9/11. And that was a very kind of interesting dynamic in what the airline industry was dealing with at the time and how to think about themselves and kind of carve out a space in being competitive and unique. And I worked for Southwest Airlines. That for me was such a joy and a privilege because I actually studied the brand in grad school and had direct line, like I wanted to go work for this company. So I was not in some points at some point in my life, I was going to work there because I wanted to learn from the founders themselves. I wanted to learn what culture was all about. I'd been in corporate America, but then I wanted to learn culture. So I had the opportunity to work for Southwest during a transformative time in their life. And then from there, I went to AT&T. And AT&T at the time was super interested in me because of my experience at Burger King and Southwest Airlines. And they're a telephone company, and most people don't think about their telephone company unless something's not working and you're calling to complain. And no one thinks about like, wow, this is like such an amazing brand, like a Nike or an Apple. But at the time, the brand was very, very interested in developing its consumer like brand persona reputation, kind of pulling itself above kind of the above the waters of like telecom and kind of the stickiness that comes with telecom. And so I landed there. I was there for a long, long time. And and now I'm here. And now I am experiencing the joy of learning real estate and the complicated nature of real estate that it is. And it has been such a joy. I tell you, I love to think of myself as a people person because being in corporate America for large corporations, Fortune 10 companies, I work with a tremendous amount of people. I have not met more people than in my probably my whole career than I've met while 3 months here at Keller Williams. I mean, from starting at Mega Agent Camp to all of the calls to really getting out there and meeting kind of where the growth engine of the company sits, which is with you all. I am so fired up about more human to human contact. It's a human to human contact sport out here, Ben. So I am loving it. I'm enjoying it, and I am excited to be bringing a fresh perspective inside these four walls, which seems to have, gotten some good traction already in the few short months.
Yeah,
It's only
it
been a few
has.
months. It's only been
And
a few months,
that's
believe it
crazy.
or not.
If I haven't lose you, because sometimes it's them connection is pissed me on. And my, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're
So
dragging.
if I, uh, hopefully, Sandra, you, yes, I don't know why this is happening. Okay.
Okay,
So
now it's better. It's better again. You caught up.
there you go. I simply before you lose me again, I want to talk about the future, your perspective for the future of the brand. And I think we're already seeing, I'm assuming that some of this is your effort because you've done ALC Clinic, you've done Mega Agent Camp, right? We've got
Mhm.
family reunion coming up.
Yes.
And we've got more excitement about this family reunion than ever in the history of the company.
Wow. That's
Yes,
great to hear.
with folks that are already registered and just the buzz.
Yes.
And I would think that some of that is a result of what you and your staff, your group, what you guys are doing and accomplishing. So
Mhm.
I want you to touch on, again, future of the brand. And again, we understand that marketing matters. And so I think that we're being touched. We're getting, we're getting the message that again, marketing matters. Who you work for matters. Your brand matters, and so your involvement in bringing these mega superstars to even family reunion. How does that come about, and what's next? Where are we going?
So that's a lot to unpack. I'll give it my best shot. I'll give it my best shot. So let's talk about family reunion first and foremost. Understanding the nature of it, having just a tiny bit of experience at Mega Agent Camp, which was absolutely amazing. The feedback and one of the many insights that I was able to latch onto super early was the idea that family reunion is the big, big, big event, right? So lots of amazing content. What I discovered was we were actually coming to market. In other words, sharing and communicating what you should be excited about, why you should spend your money, why is it worth your while. We were actually not communicating that until way, 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 way late, like really, really close to the window of us expecting you to show up. So the principle of marketing and giving time for various messages to see, to generate the excitement, to deliver really great content takes time and planning. And so I was excited to partner with Jason and have a conversation around, we can generate a lot of excitement, but we need to know what we're talking about much earlier than we've ever done before. So I need to start marketing probably earlier than you're comfortable with don't even need the full lineup. Like, let's just go. Like, let's get some big heavy hitters that folks can get really excited about that are going to add value, that provide a perspective, even maybe outside of real estate, like Jay Shetty. And we did it. We did it. It's working. I would say the level of insight around why marketing works is um, definitely getting really good traction. And so this idea of aligning on what we're going to do early enough so that we can communicate what that is, and then in turn, you can understand what the value to you will be, such that you can get excited, and then you can be that engine and that spokesperson and that mouthpiece to get others excited and register for the event. That's a big change. That is like step change improvement for where from where we were just a year ago with the very same event. And it has proven, to your point, uh, it has proven to be successful. We're on track to have a major family reunion in terms of attendance. So everyone is excited. We're going to keep pumping the messaging out there. We're not quite done yet. There's more coming. So get ready.
I love it. I love it. We're
One more thing to build on family reunion, just as we think about not only it being an event for business development, personal development, and growth, but also recruitment. We are now thinking about content that ensures we're getting non-follower interest. So a Jay Shetty and a Gary V are perfect examples of when we announce to you that they are coming to family reunion, we're not only getting your eyes on it and your excitement on it, we're getting non-followers' attention. So that means greater extension of brand halo. Hey, look, what is Keller Williams doing out there? Wow, like they're bringing Jay Shetty to their events. That's amazing. So the extension of non-KW family members, followers is um, a secondary, it's very important. We don't want to lose sight of of what we're trying to accomplish, but also extending brand presence and extending brand visibility is super, super important. We're going to lean in. We're going to do a lot more of that next year.
I, I'm so excited about that because I think that in this broker agnostic world we live in, that attracting uh, attracting uh, is so important as opposed to I mean you're doing the heavy lifting for us, right? You're making this brand I'll move off of this topic quickly, but one of the problems, and again, you and I had the opportunity to talk before, they extended you the opportunity, was because we're the established brand, we're the Coca-Cola already, we're the Southwest and the American Airlines, we're the Costco. We're not sexy anymore, right? And so we've seen the new shiny object of the EXPs in the past and the reels in the past and the compasses in the past. They were kind of new and shiny and interesting. And it's how do you bring that established brand back to the forefront, right? So that we continue to set on this lofty perch that we set on. And I think you guys are doing it. Like I said, the buzz is crazy. Matter of fact, I'm booking my hotel today, and I'd said it 3 weeks ago. We had the hotel already picked out, but then business got in the way. But I'm like, we need to do it today because
Yes.
two of the hotels are already booked up. And
Uh-huh.
so one of them might have been my hotel, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Right.
And so like I'm just going to piggyback on what you said as we think about the brand moving forward, because I have worked for iconic brands, nothing but iconic brands, actually, this being one of them. And what can be a dangerous trap is that what makes you great and what made you great is still what makes you great. But not investing or understanding the power of marketing and that your story has to evolve to be timely. You don't change who you are. You don't change your DNA. You don't reinvent yourself. You actually, I mean, think about it. How would you market yourself? Like as a professional that's been in the industry for many years, I don't go like, well, back in the day, when we used to do this, when we did that, like 30 years. I'm not saying you've been in for 30 years, but I'm just saying like, uh,
37. Yeah,
I'm not trying to give your age away, Ben Baker.
right.
Um, it's there is a way to continue to capitalize on the strength and the power from that by which you were born, from that by which you were built, but that's what made this company a success. But it has to change the way we speak about it, the levers we pull to drive that story home cannot be
Yes.
what we said and the way we said it years ago. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm a big Levi's fan, but guess what? My mom wore Levi's. My dad, I think, wears Levi's. I don't know. But guess what? So does Beyonce. Beyonce's got a campaign for, well, it's not recent. I think it was a couple years back, whenever it was. So Levi's is a brand that was created and built from, I mean, I think it was like James Dean back, whatever. Then all the way to like, oh, I don't want to wear something that I think my mom has a pair of Levi's, but like, no, I'm sporting my Levi's. Beyonce wears Levi's. Like, this is a brand that knows how to anchor itself in what its story is, but make it relevant, make that story mean something to you no matter what your background, no matter what your age. And that's the beauty of marketing inside an iconic company. And that's the opportunity we have. We have models upon models, which are all fantastic, but being able to translate that into something that's more approachable, something that is more of the kind of the carrot for why you would want to join, breaking that. This is just an example, like breaking apart, like in more digestible. Today people only have attention spans of 3 seconds, right? Like, how do we take all of the goodness that is in books, in podcast, in Gary's philosophy, in what makes the system work, not be so, it's so meaningful, but it's also very heavy and it's also overwhelming. I have spoken, for example, to many people inside the company, like agents, OPs, and they don't even know all of what KWRI offers.
Yes.
That's how much we offer.
That's right.
So if they don't know
Mhm.
and they've been here for a minute, how are we going to use that to recruit net new people when our own people, it's so much, our own people don't know all that's there. It's just so much.
And I appreciate the examples, and you're so right. You're so right. So if you will cast your vision, and let's just keep it small, 2026, a successful year to Sandra looks like what?
A successful year to Sandra looks like simplifying our proposition such that it is a powerhouse that cannot be mistaken for anyone else. We say so much that I don't eat, not I don't, because I do, it's my job to know now, right? But like, we do and say so much that we're our own worst enemy when it comes to then showing and communicating why we're distinct and why we're better. We get in our own way, we create our own noise. And we're going to do a much better job at simplifying our proposition and making it undeniable in the market.
Oh, that's so powerful. That, what I heard is probably not what you meant, but what I heard also is that either your team or as a brand now, sometimes we need to shut up and listen to what's really important. Maybe it's all of that. It's scary and it's the thousands of agents we've gotten, it's the OPs and the leadership. Sometimes we need to find out what's truly important. And I know in my business that I learned so much more by just listening and not just word vomiting all over the consumer or my patrons or whoever it is. And it feels like you guys are really starting to hone in on what's important and listening. And I think listening first, so that you can gather. And I feel like that's who you are. You've gathered and you're gathering all this information. And now you're internalizing it and then you're promoting. So I
Right.
hate to speak for you. I hope there's some truth
No,
there. I
I
didn't know
love
there
that.
was.
I love that because it's about taking the complex and making it digestible,
Yes.
making it interesting, making it compelling. And so there is such a thing as called a consumer journey. So we don't have to your point, vomit at the mouth day one.
Yes.
We might
Yes.
wait day 30 to tell you a little bit more, and then maybe day 60 a little bit more. Um, but we tend to just want to, and this is not the intent, but it is the outcome. Is there so much we just, in a way, are not putting ourselves in the shoes of who we're communicating to realize that when we communicate so much, therefore we communicate nothing and nothing sticks.
Right. I love
And
it.
then in turn, how is that empower you and your team to then take that baton and like then you be the champions and the advocates for whatever the message is. That's the key place of fragmentation when we're not clear enough. Then how are we doing right by the ecosystem and helping arm you with the best of the best of the best of our story to go compete?
Hmm. Again, I believe, and I just left a leadership brunch on my way here, and I told them that 2026 is going to be an amazing year. One, because I freaking said so. You know me well enough
You
that
put it in the world, you make it so. Yes,
that's
you have
exactly
just
right.
manifested it, Ben Baker.
That's exactly right. And so you keep doing you, because you know what? This time is so short because we've only got a couple more minutes. And so what I want to know is in this short while you've been here, and it's only been like 3 months,
Mhm.
give me one thing that you're proud of in just the short while you've been here. And secondly, Sandra Howard, what is, and I think we know, and you've already spoken to it, but what is your superpower? What's your superpower?
Oh, okay. So I am proud of what I have gathered is the tenacity and energy, the flexibility and the adaptability of this company. Like it is not, sometimes you come into a role and you just face headwinds everywhere because there's so much to do. In this case, like I can genuinely tell you, people are just ready and tired of things not working, things being too complicated. There are no big boulders around here to push uphill. Everybody is like ready. And when I say ready, I mean ready to go. The Canva launch is a perfect example. I push back on at least 10 things a week into the job, being responsible then for the Canva launch. And the team beside me was like, what you are saying makes sense. Go do it. And that's a good example of we are no longer getting in our own way. There are not little factions of we need to change, we need to do better. No, it's everybody. And it's just like, just tell me, give me the plan. Let's create the plan. Let's go work the plan. And that is very, very exciting. So that's what I'm most proud of, is being able to influence in so many ways and getting traction pretty much almost immediately.
Yeah.
Using family reunion as an example. I
Right.
mean, think about it. I started practically September 1-ish. Family reunion was already started, and we've made all these headwinds for somebody that was net new. And I could not do that by being a, bull in a china shop all on my own. I did that with
And
everyone saying, let's do it. Let's go. Let's
that's
go.
right.
Like, let's do this,
And having the right team, right,
and
with
having
you,
the right team.
because we wouldn't accomplish any of this if you didn't have the right support, the right team. So
Hmm.
let's
Hmm.
go. Let's go. And again, your superpower. I think you've got a number of them. And let me
I
just
don't know. You tell me. I don't
well,
know what my superpower
well,
is.
I'm going to inject because I think that because I know you the way I do, I think that it first starts with um, you're an amazing mother and or support. And that's evidenced by Gabby because she is a strong young woman. And I think that's a reflection of her mother and her father, right? So I'd say that it starts there. And I know that through your journey, you've learned so much from Burger King to, to Southwest to AT&T, and you've been able to take all that in and yet then create something special over here from all that you've learned. And so I think I'd say that your superpower is that you're so learning focused, and I think that's a message that can resonate with anyone. And especially, we've got a classroom full of brand new hires. And I think it's important that they hear that, you're learning, especially in this business and your industry, it never stops. It never stops. And as soon as you think that here you are, you're sitting on the perch of, a CMO position at Keller Williams, one of the largest brands of any, your learning has just started, right?
Yes.
It's not finishing, it's just starting. So again, I'm speaking for you, but I'd say there's your superpower.
Thank you. That is such a compliment. It's always very humbling to hear good words, but I I wholeheartedly want just transformation, and that is really where I thrive. I
And you
thrive
said
in transformation,
transformation
and
and
I do it with
invention. I like that. I like that.
I thrive in transformation, and you know, what you see with me is what you get. And so long as we're all on the same page, it's like, let's go, let's do this.
Well, I can't even tell you how excited I am uh, for what the next month, 2 or 3, what family reunion looks like. But I think what this company looks like moving forward, because again, I'm here for 25, 26 years. I'm unrecruitable because I know of everything that this company provides. I think the leadership that it provides, and not just Gary, because I think this company is so much more than Gary. You mentioned culture earlier. That's who we are, right? We love and we support each other. And from that classroom full of newer hires to Mike Green down in Charleston, who is just one of my faves, to Erica, who's jumped on, Jessica. Um, Leadership is important, culture is important, and I think in 2026 we're going to need each other more, and we're going to have to support each other more in order to achieve the goals that we set. And I think everyone here has large, big goals, and I'm ready. I'm ready to accomplish them, and I'm ready for us to accomplish them together so that we can celebrate and we can party. Right?
I
That's
like that.
that's
I've learned, guess what, that this industry likes to party.
amen. Amen. Amen.
Like,
And
wow, there's a lot of energy in this room right now. I love it.
a lot, a
I
lot.
thought I came with high energy, and I was very humbled coming into real estate. I
Yes,
don't have high energy. I have like low energy compared to everyone I'm meeting. But I'm gonna do better. Y'all are gonna pull me out of my shell.
indeed, indeed. Well, sweetheart, thank you so much for blessing us with a few minutes of your time today. And again, helping to create not just cast a vision, but where we're at on our way. And I'd say on the way to even more success
Yes,
And I appreciate everything that you're doing. And I said you brought the meat this week because you helped us understand even more of where we're at. And again, I think we're not happy just being number one. I think you know what we're happy when everybody is number one in this company, right? And
right.
achieving their goals. So.